Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to bring you my favorite loadout of the entire game. I'm going to bringing you my DOT mixed with burst damage loadout for fire DPSing and PvE instances, although I only recommend using this loadout in raids with 2 controllers because it is pretty severely power hungry. So with that being said, let's get into it, guys. Let's take a look at the power trees first. Let's go into the immolation tree. This is what it's going to look like. I'm not going to really discuss any of the powers at the moment. We'll get into that when we take a look at the loadout. So this is going to be your first tree, the immolation tree, and then let's get into the ignition tree. This is what it's going to look like. You're only going to have these 2 powers. Let's get into the iconics right away. We're going to get Neo Venom boost, and then your 2 buffs here, the weapons expert, critical attack chance 3%, and then also your 10% critical attack damage. And let's take a look at the loadout, guys. So we have Inferno. This is going to cause burning and damage over time, and also going to bestow immolation on your enemies, which that is going to interact with overheat. That's also going to be another damage over time, which is going to take more damage after you use Inferno. And then after Inferno, we have Detonate, which is going to be your main burst damage. This is going to do more damage with burning enemies, which is going to be inflicted by Inferno. And then you're also going to have here 2 buffs. You're going to have Fiery Weapon and Neo Venom boost. Fiery Weapon inflicts burning on enemies also when you strike them with your weapon attacks, and it also increases your might and critical strike chance and critical strike damage. And then we have Neo Venom boost, which is going to increase your strength, defense, and damage output, and basically it's going to be using this for your damage out. This is a damage buff. And then lastly, guys, we have Volcanic Calamity. This is a 50% supercharge, and we will just get straight into the rotation. Alright guys, first off, you might be wondering why I'm using Detonate instead of Spontaneous Combustion. Very simple answer to that question. For the simple reason being, Spontaneous Combustion is just not the animation I'm looking for. They do similar damage, and they have the same power interaction. It's just the animation is a little bit crazy, and it just doesn't go well with this rotation. It's just the animation. It just takes too long, and it just doesn't. You can't clip out of it with your weapon like I like. So I go with Detonate, and I'll show you here. When you use this, you just can't. It just takes too long, and so I use Detonate, and it does pretty much the same amount of damage. So with that being said, let's get into the actual rotation. I'm sorry I had to throw that in there, guys, just to kind of, let you guys know. I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering why, because when you watch other loadouts, you will see that they use Spontaneous Combustion instead of Detonate, but I myself prefer Detonate. So let's get into the rotation. Alright guys, so let's start off slow. We'll go with your first power here, which is going to be your DOT that inflicts burning and bestows immolation. Just check out the animation and the cast time. Then we're going to go into the second, which is going to be Neo Venom boost. That's going to be your first buff. Check out the animation of that one. Then we'll have your weapon buff and your might bonus there. And then we're going to have the other damage over time. And then finally, we will have your burst damage. And now that we have that all out of the way, let's take a look at the actual rotation. As soon as we get down to cooldown here, let all of our powers cool off here. We got Neo Venom boost, kind of a long cooldown, but it does stay active for most of the cooldown. And one thing I will say about that, while it is cooling down, is that you're not going to want to use it every time it pops up. You're only going to want to use it whenever your weapon buff is active, just because it clips nicely with it, and it gets rid of the long animation, the long cast time. So with that being said, it's just about up. So let's get into the actual rotation. And I do not recommend, when you first start out the rotation, using your weapon mastery. I recommend just going into your first power, second power, third power, fourth power, and then once that is all set up, then you could go into your weapon mastery. And I'm kind of lagging a little bit, so I'm probably not going to hit it too much. But it's pretty simple rotation. You're just going to hit your AOEs and your DOTs. And you're going to go into your buff, and you're going to keep going into your burst damage. And it's pretty simple, guys. Not too hard to figure out. It does a great amount of damage. It's probably my favorite loadout. Like I said, it's just fantastic damage. Does not take long to cast, and it's just a really smooth rotation, guys. Alright, let's take a look at it full speed, and let's take a look at it with the supply drop and the trinket buff and the sidekicks. As you can see, like I said, fairly smooth, Let's pop our supercharge here just to see what it does for you. There you go, damage over time with a little bit of burst added in. Very nice, very nice. Once again, a little bit of issues with the weapon mastery, but you get the gist of it, guys. Very nice AoE, very nice DOT, and great burst damage. Just perfect. I absolutely love it. You know, like I said, my favorite loadout. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, if you found it useful. Smash that like button, and we will make more loadout videos for you in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time. Take care, guys. Okay, so I did throw spontaneous combustion in the mix. I'm going to add that to the end of this video. I did forget all about that when I was going through the process here. Just wanted to let you guys actually, you know, be the judge, let you guys decide, since, you know, I said what I prefer. But I'll let you guys take a look and see what you guys prefer so you guys can actually see the numbers. But here we go. And as you can see, I almost did forget to add this as well. The only major difference between the two is that this one is an AoE, where Detonate is not, but they do hit for about the same amount regardless. So it's just pretty much what you prefer for the cast time and animation. Like I said, Detonate is a little bit faster, a little bit smoother with this loadout, so that's why I do prefer it. I can seem to go a little bit quicker. But that's going to be it this time for sure. Sorry about the little bit of mishap there. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.